check, which was $1,200 if you remember, if it was invested entirely into that Bizity beat. So let's see what you would have gotten, guys. So sometimes I like to read articles posted in the community forums at community.katina.one, which is great because we got a lot of great community members who love to post wonderful articles. This one's coming from Peter Squared. Thanks, brother. The stimulus check investment proves the value of Bitcoin mining. 2 years since the U.S. sent COVID-19 stimulus checks to taxpayers, investment in Bitcoin mining stocks has generated significant returns. I wonder why. The 2-year anniversary of the first of 3 coronavirus economic impact statements or payments, aka stimulus stimmy checks, deposited in U.S. taxpayers' bank accounts came and went on April 11th. And headlines about monetary inflation, possible economic recession, and generally grim financial tailwinds were everywhere. The ethos of Bitcoin stands diametrically opposed to the perceived reckless spending and money printing that has characterized the past 2 years. Specifically with Bitcoin miners tasked with issuing new units of Bitcoin at predetermined, unmalleable intervals. So at this point, perhaps it's appropriate to look back on the returns that individuals who received stimulus checks would have enjoyed if they had invested their dollars into Bitcoin mining and the alternative financial world and its supporters. So let's check it out. Bitcoin's stimulus check narrative. Before parsing mining-specific data, it's helpful to remember how quickly the narrative that supporting investment stimulus money or investing stimulus money into Bitcoin exploded all across social media channels before the first checks were signed or mailed. So large was the support for this meme that multiple polls were later conducted to quantify exactly how many Americans actually exchanged their free fiat money. It wasn't free. For Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Coinbase, the largest US-based Bitcoin exchange by volume, fueled the fresh Bitcoin by sharing data that showed a surge in stimulus check-sized Bitcoin buy orders on its platform as checks were being mailed. Bitcoin's capped and predictable supply acted as the perfect foil for the inflationary, unpredictable monetary policy being created in real time as a response to the coronavirus situation. The same month that the first checks were mailed, a Twitter account was created that tracked the dollar value of the first stimulus check, which was $1,200 if you remember, if it was invested entirely into that Bizity beat. So let's see what you would have gotten, guys. The account still tweets updates today, but beyond Bitcoin itself, what returns would stimulus check recipients have received if they spent their, quote, free money on mining stocks? So let's take a look at the mining stock performance. Dumping the stimulus dollars sent by the U.S. Treasury into Bitcoin mining stocks would have returned a fairly handsome profit over the past 2 years. Through 2020 and 2021, Americans received 3 rounds of stimulus checks in April 2020, December 2020, and March 2021 that totaled $3,200. Daggum, that much money was given away? I don't remember receiving any of that. But then again, my house actually isn't on the grid. No one knows I live here. The biggest question is, of course, what mining stocks to buy. In the table, which you guys should check out the community forum post for this, in the table below, peak and current values of what could be called the stimulus check portfolio are compared based on investments in one of the few leading Bitcoin mining companies, i.e. Bitfarms, Canaan, Hive, Hut 8, Marathon, or Riot. At their peak, any of those investments was worth over $15,000 with a couple in or near 6 digits. But the stimulus portfolio's current values are down, along with Bitcoin itself. Well, we've noticed that. 2 years since the U.S. sent COVID-19 stimulus checks to taxpayers, investment in Bitcoin mining stocks has generated significant returns. Peak and current stimulus check portfolio values versus investment in leading public Bitcoin mining companies is perhaps some of the best ways for you to spend your stimulus check, and investors would have invested in a basket of mining stocks instead of just one, hopefully. But for simplicity's sake, this article only considers investments in one of the few leading stocks. And you'll see that the chart line below visualizes the time series data for the issuance of each of the 3 checks and the fluctuations in value for each of the companies included in the table. So, what's the answer? 2 years since the U.S. sent COVID-19 stimulus checks to taxpayers, investment in Bitcoin mining stocks has generated significant returns. That's right, guys. Issuance of each stimulus check to U.S. taxpayers versus value of public Bitcoin mining companies. And even if those stimulus checks are sitting below their highs, their stimulus check funded investments sat on triple and quadruple digit percentage returns at different periods over the last 2 years. And to date, these investors are still heavily in the black on these orange coin stocks. Overall, well, not bad. So why did they choose mining stocks? Instead of just buying Bitcoin, some investors prefer to own their own mining stocks or even get more exposure to Bitcoin market and potentially outperform Bitcoin itself. Mining stocks have had a strong positive correlation to Bitcoin's price movement, which means that when Bitcoin and other top cryptocurrencies are in bullish trends, it's not surprising to see market tailwinds boost prices for shares of public mining companies as well. And when Bitcoin drops, well, mining stocks fall too. But mining stocks are generally considered as a leverage play on Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin goes down, mining share prices follow the same direction, but with a larger move of their own. So if a particular Bitcoin investor is exuberantly bullish, buying mining stocks with the hopes of outperforming Bitcoin is actually a reasonable strategy. And what is actually interesting is I had a conversation with a guy maybe half a year ago about just this. We were talking about Bitcoin, and I had asked him, hey, have you invested in Bitcoin? He's like, no. And I said, man, you should get yourself Bitcoin. He said, I got something better. He said, I'm invested in Bitcoin stocks. And then actually for the first time, I'm in mining crypto. I've been mining crypto for over a decade now, right? I'm in the big mining game, guys. But about a year, half a year ago was the first time I was like, dadgummit. Like, I've never thought of that. And you know what? After he made that comment to me, and now that I just read it here, I actually didn't do any diligence. I should have done some diligence. I should have figured out whether he made more money on the stocks than on Bitcoin itself during the time period. Simple back testing, guys. If there's anybody in the comment or anybody want to jump on community.katina.one and reply to this post, let us know. Let us know the back testing. Maybe you'd tell us. Besides using mining stocks to speculate on Bitcoin, these investments also offer easy exposure to the mining industry. Mining is a very capital-intensive activity, and much of the industry's processes and frameworks have yet to fully mature and be standardized. Bitcoin bulls who want exposure to this industry without the headaches of sourcing machines, building a mining site, or maintaining the operation often opt to simply buy shares of mining companies. Similarly, mining stocks also offer strong principled Bitcoin investors an opportunity to diversify their portfolios and potentially outperform their primary investment, which is BTC, without allocating capital to alternative cryptocurrencies, which in many cases you don't want to do anyway, because all of those things are just shite coins. Without derailing this article with the politics of altcoins, the primary goal of most active Bitcoin investors is to find a way to outperform the price of BTC. Most altcoins characteristically do outperform Bitcoin in dollar-denominated returns, but many Bitcoin hodlers reject altcoin investments on principle, if nothing else, which I think is foolery because you can make a lot of money on shite coins. Short-term gains, baby. Can't hate on that. Mining stocks are Bitcoin-centric investments that can outperform Bitcoin in bullish market cycles without compromising the ideals of some Bitcoin hodlers. In short, where the price of Bitcoin will go next isn't always clear, but whatever direction it takes, mining stocks will almost certainly follow. Not bad. Sounds good. So what do you guys say? Should I be investing? Should we be divesting into Bitcoin mining company stocks? Actually, I'm gonna do some back testing on this. I'm actually gonna see what the returns would be, because balancing out and investing in some Bitcoin mining stocks, not a bad deal. But I bet there's someone out there that's done it. So let us know in the comments. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join community.katina.one. Excuse me. And reply and post if you'd like. Have a great day, guys.